I'm Todd Grisham. There's no other venue like it. Welcome inside the Grand Theater. And watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson.
Hi, Todd. Nice to be here with you.
It's time now for our tale of the tape. And here he is, Terrence Crawford. And the man he'll be facing, it's Roy Jones Jr. 160 pounds. This guy won a championship as a heavyweight, remember? 5'11" tall with a reach of 74 inches. And here he is, Bud Terrence Crawford.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Omaha, Nebraska, here is an acclaimed 3-division champion of the world, Terrence Bud Crawford. Fighting out of the blue corner from Pensacola, Florida, here is a middleweight, a super middleweight, a light heavyweight, and a heavyweight.
We welcome you to this beautiful theater. Shakespeare has nothing on the drama that we've seen between these two fighters.
You can't beat a good old-fashioned rivalry when there's guts, when there's feeling, when there's heart.
The time has finally arrived. These two men have been jawing at each other for months. The talking is finally over. Now it's time to fight. Perfect counter shot. Swing and a miss with that hook. Nice counter shot. Beautiful counter punch. Couldn't land that jab. Which fighter will say no mas? Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming.
Yeah. Look at that. All the belts, mighty.
That counter punch caught him clean. A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Counterpunch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
You don't want to trade shots. So much firepower here. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Needs a knockout without it.
Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
To beat a counterpuncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
They both want a highlight reel knockout. They're both trying for a knockout. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And he scores with the counter. got out of the way of that right hook. You've got two evenly matched fighters in this weight class. It sometimes comes down to who's in better condition. Nope, that jab not going to score. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do? Let's get it started in round 3. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. A perfect counter lands.
Now what we gonna do right here is settle the score. Look around you. We got a whole
Insane action. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pop nails over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skin them, go for speed.
Terence Crawford just got rocked. How did they not go down?
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they...
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round.
switch on.
There's the bell for round 4. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Swing and a miss with that hook. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the flyweight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace, you can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. Do you know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous? That is what writes our history book.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Beautiful counter shot.
Yes!
Good counter punching. It's bombs away. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. They exchange punches. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Focus. Big, deep breaths. Big, deep breaths. Calm yourself down.
Things are starting to heat up now as we enter the fifth. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Miss with that jab. Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
You've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses. How do you deal with it?
Some fighters are just gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Swing and a miss with that uppercut. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of...
There's the bell to start round 6. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
That counter shot lands. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got 2 class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, Mr. I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Well done with that counter shot. A very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
You might just be the greatest boxing champion of all time. You see, man like me, I'm an undisputed champion of life.
Nice counter shot. Putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. There's a counter shot. Catch and shoot. Nice defense on that left uppercut. Good counter punch. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Here we go, it's round 7. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Nice counter. He threw a punch and just got countered. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring, with fights like that, and you punched him, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
How about that time counter shot? And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Swing and a miss with that jab. That uppercut just missed. Those counter punches have to hurt. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get... And we enter the 8th round. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. And
down goes Jones Jr. We knew his chin would get tested in this fight, and it failed him miserably.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You still want to fight?
So this was an unexpected turn of events. What happens next?
that is a show of character. When you're put down, your eagle's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for fighters.
Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. Looks like trouble was averted.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Halfway through the round, and they're struggling a little bit.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What do you see?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. Another win, another unanimous decision victory.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight, what a style, what a pace to get a unanimous decision. That is mad. I didn't see that coming. I thought this would be tight. This is nowhere near tight.